new environment is your ticket to fixing your social life. My friend always told me that. He kept saying it every single time after he moved to college. He was this person who wasn't social, he didn't really talk to many people. He moved to a new college, suddenly talking to everyone. All the girls were interested in him, he had friends in college, and it was very fun rather than the average college experience where it's boring and it's mundane and no one really likes it much. Why? Because even when I initially heard this, I was kind of thinking, yeah, that's probably true, but it's probably not that big of a difference. It doesn't matter too much. And I kind of just glossed over the idea of what he said. But after experiencing it, I knew how drastic this increase in your social levels were. So I want to actually explain to you why and how a new environment actually affects you socially. Because at the start of hearing this, I always thought, it doesn't matter that much. You just need to force yourself to be social. And that does work. But bro, I'm telling you, a new environment will completely, exponentially make it so much easier. So I want to explain to you how you can use this tip, this tactic to your advantage. You see, in old environments, in the environments that you're already in, what happens is people have a set opinion of you from your first impressions, how you've been acting up until this time. Let's say you go to school. Everyone in school knows you as who you are. If you're the quiet kid in the class and you never talk to people, everybody already sees you as the quiet kid. So then, it's so much more difficult to suddenly start talking like this guy who's not quiet at all and super confident, because it's a drastic shift. You're acting like a completely different person. There's friction, there's resistance to that. Because rather than being this guy who's quiet, now you're suddenly confident and one day, what the fuck? It's weird. The only way you can get people's opinions to change is by doing it gradually. But then that's also pretty difficult, and even when you do it gradually, a lot of the times it still doesn't work because people, for some odd reason, I don't know why humans work this way, but everyone kind of just has this innate, innate accent to just force an image of you despite how you change. You could literally become a millionaire, jacked, and people will still see you as that one skinny kid that you used to be. Don't know why, but that's just how it works. So for you to actually change people's opinions, you have to understand that most likely it just won't work. And if you are going to become more confident in your old environment, there's going to be friction and there's going to be people you kind of think you're faking it. They'll be like, bro, why are you acting so confident now? That's weird. Stop it. You don't need to put on a facade. Stop being like this. People's opinions of you will make you conform to that same opinion. So it's harder to change yourself. Everything is against you, bro. You try to change, people are trying to get you back, kind of like trying to pull you back down to what they like you to be, what they are comfortable with you being. And that's why it's so difficult to become social in an environment that you've already been in for a while. Contrary to that, if you are already social, that's your first impression, it's harder to be non-social, it's harder to be this introverted guy, because it would just be weird. People would think there's something off with you if you aren't talking to people. In a new environment, nobody knows you. Nobody knows you at all. You can do anything. And people will see you as that. Because nobody knows you, you can literally act any way you want and force people's opinions of you. You can make people think you are already that social guy. It's a drastic improvement. Previously, I moved to Pure Gym. It's kind of this big gym in the UK, and I only moved there recently. I was going to a different gym before. So when I moved to Pure Gym, I was kind of thinking, is it worth it? Is it going to be a good gym? I mean, sure, I can work out with my friends now, but at the same time, I don't know. It may not be as good as I think. I go to that gym, and immediately, I'm so extroverted, so social. I talk to so many people, I get in so many cold approaches. Now, I'm often social, but this was like an entirely different level. Why? My environment, that's why. My environment was changed, it was shifted, and because of that, I could easily talk to anyone. Because that's how everyone saw me. So the easiest way to be social is to swap environments. How do you do this? Move country? Move to a different workplace, a different school? And yeah, it does cost a little bit, it's inconvenient, it's annoying. But I genuinely believe, with all my heart, that it's worth it completely and utterly. To be able to go to a new environment and completely change the person you are, change the perception of the people around you, become a new human being. I think it's a drastic improvement. Because of course, if you want to improve at something, you want the least resistance, right? If you are quitting a bad habit, if you're trying to quit scrolling on Instagram, you don't want Instagram on your phone. If anything, you don't even want your phone near you. Obviously. Because the harder it is to actually access that thing, the less and less you'll do it. Now, not having a new environment is not an excuse to not be social. Absolutely not. Under any circumstance, it's not an excuse to not be social. It's going to be harder for you, of course. But I did it. You can do it too. So I want you to understand this right now. You may not be able to change environments. You may be younger, you may not have the money, you may not be able to. Maybe you don't have enough money to go to a gym, which is kind of ludicrous. How do you not have enough money to go to a gym? Change your gyms if you can, if there's one close to you. Go to different places that you don't often go to, not your hometown. But if you really can't, and it's completely impossible, it's not an excuse to not talk to people. You still need to be improving your social skills. You still need to be getting better at this, going on days out with your friends, talking to tons of people, weekly adventures where you do something new every single week. And of course it'll be more difficult. But I would rather you still improve it rather than saying, no, I'll do it next year when I move to a different country. That's the most cop-out answer that you could possibly have. That's just cope. So don't do that. Talk to people, whether you like it or not. At least improve it. Get to level 3. And if you want a fast track to get to level 3, top link in the description. It is the Social Protocol, a community where there are people exactly like you, who have the same beliefs, who are similar to you, who want to improve their social skills, who want to improve their lives. Check that out. And of course, there's also courses inside this weekly calls where you can talk to me directly, which is kind of crazy, to be honest. Talking to the guy who's teaching you directly and getting personalized feedback. And if you join early, it will literally be like a one-on-one call, which is pretty cool. Hope you have a good day. Remember, consistency is over a lifetime. Bye-bye.